But you see this government that has professed that we want to kill corruption. If not corruption, we kill Nigeria. Seems to be going the way of, okay, let's recover these funds that have been stolen away from this country. Let's recover the funds. And then it seems that that's where the bulk stops. How will this impact and dissuade corrupt officials from stealing from this country?
You see, the recovering stolen funds and actually fighting corruption are two different things. This government is really concerned about recovering stolen funds. They want to fight corruption.
Are they more concerned about recovering the funds than fighting corruption?
They are much more concerned about recovering the stolen funds. You see, fighting corruption in a democratic setup is quite complicated. You recall that most of the things this government wanted to do, their own party in the National Assembly have been frustrating them. They are not dancing towards the same direction. So that is why I'm concerned.
How have they frustrated? How have they frustrated them?
Recently, you remember the Senate and the the House of Representatives, they passed a resolution that the account of the former First Lady, whatever is taken, should be returned.
But that's still under investigation.
It's still under investigation, but when you now have a National Assembly that is supposed to support you, saying such thing at that level, you can imagine what will happen. So I am not protecting this government, but the will to fight corruption it's not there in totality. They are much more concerned about recovering, returning, what they have.
So if you say it's not in total, so what must be done to some of those names that were mentioned in the Malibu deal? Some Nigerian names and some very highly placed concerns were mentioned. What must be done to depict that the fight against corruption is total?
Thank you very much. You know, what is funny about this is that it's not only one person that is involved. There are a lot of names. But the court is hammering on two particular people. That is the former Attorney General, what's his name, Adoke, and Etete. Those that are on the run. What of the others that are around? They are working freely. So that's why I said the will is not there. You see, you can try people in absentia. You can invoke international law. You can invoke Interpol for arrest internationally. But, before this government, the case has not even been taken to court. It's only this government that started initiating court processes as regards this Malabo deal. So it's a good thing. It's a good area to start. But I want to see much more in fighting corruption. The only way we can know that we are fighting corruption seriously is to try people that are involved, convict them whether are here or in absentia. Those that are here, let them go to jail. Those that have been convicted in absentia, invoke international law and processes to bring them back so that they can be punished. So you don't wait, you don't go to court each time and say the major actors are not yet available. They went to court yesterday and the federal government prosecutor still saying the same story, that I am still where I was. I have not seen these people. What of the others that are involved? So that's what I'm saying.
This deal was consummated in 2011, and up to this time, before this tranche of 85 was recovered, it was 210 that was paid to the government, and now you have 85. We still have a huge balance.
Over 1 billion.
What do you think is going to happen to that?
Well, before now, before this government, the previous government did not do anything about it. I think the process has started. Inadvertently, whether we like it or not, the process must continue. And I think at the end of the day, government is a continuum. I'm wishing this government very well, whatever times they want to spend, I'm wishing them well, but continuum. Time will always tell on what side of justice you stand. I think this process that has started should not stop.
Okay, let me draw you to this yet another controversial development in the oil sector, especially with recent developments that we saw concerning, is it now a contract of $25 million?
Billion dollars.
$1 billion, my apologies, that the government said doesn't exist. What kind of inference can you draw from that?
I think the oil sector, from government to government, we have always seen this type of mess. Starting from the military era, it seems you discover that each president puts the oil sector, because that is where the goose is, under his direct control, from government to government. It's very unfortunate that this thing happened recently, that it happened. And why we had is because the Minister of State felt that his ego is undermined. Otherwise, we don't have had anything outside. Whether it is contract, because what I ask people is that, does contract not involve money? If it is not paid now, it will be paid later. So it's very unfortunate. The NNPC GMD did not say he didn't award it initially. He said that is a process. He stayed within the process. What process can empower the GMD of NNPC to award a contract that is bigger than Nigeria budget itself? That is the question. Then later the controversy came in. Your word will see, even an ordinary primary school pupil, we know that something has happened.
There are allegations by the minister himself, the Minister for Justice, saying that international communities, the international community that is, must be doing something extra to assist Nigeria and other African countries that are trying to fight graft. Do you think we're getting that level of support from the international community?
Well, it's very unfortunate that we're crying at this level. You see, what I've always been saying is that we should have institutions that will make it very difficult for Nigerians that stole money to transfer them out. And you know, where the economy, this money are injected, they use it to develop the economy. That's why they are very recalcitrant. But I think with Donald Trump, if we are able to have a good relationship with the United States of America, and you know his antecedents, that he hates corruption, corrupt Africans, I think if we are able to tap on that, we'll be able to recover a lot from the United States of America, where most of these stolen funds are tucked away in private banks.
I think that
it is very important.
I'll take that as your closing remarks. I want to thank you so much indeed, Sam Olisa, an economist, for talking to us on this very important subject.